clients due to supply chain and labor shortages and the labor shortages. And so it doesn't really matter what part of the country you're in, sometimes even part of the world, is that everyone is struggling today with the supply chain. It's sort of like it's broken everywhere you look. And at the same time, labor is becoming increasingly difficult to find, especially reliable labor. So as an example, I had a client that just came to me at the beginning of the year. Historically, they build about 30 homes a year. And this year they said, you know what, we're not going to be able to do, we're only going to be able to do 24 homes. So that's a 20% drop in units. They said, we just cannot build more than that based on what we can get from supply chain and labor. So we had to figure out real quickly, okay, how do we make more by having less clients? And so that's our primary challenge. But the secondary challenge that everyone's dealing with today is that certain products are more difficult, in some cases more expensive to obtain, causing schedule delays and cost overruns. So we've all seen it, is like, well, we want to order this particular product, or the customer wants this particular product. And what used to be a 3-week lead time or a 4-week lead time now might be 3 months or 4 months in order to get it. So, and oftentimes the prices keep going up, or we can't even get our prices locked in until the products are delivered. Lumber was the first one that came out of the gate like this, and now, client was telling me yesterday. It says, they won't even lock in the price of the lumber until the day you actually order it. So even if you got a quote for a lumber package yesterday, if you wait till today to order it, they're going to reprice it, and oftentimes that price is going up. So really difficult challenges. And so what we're faced with is that we're going to build or produce less jobs. We have a supply chain that's very erratic, causing rapid appreciation, or I should say escalation of prices. And that can really erode our profit levels very, very fast. And so one of the answers to dealing with this is to do something called option bundles. So option bundles have been around a long time. And so let me just give a quick definition, Diana. So it's a group of common upgrades or a higher finish level that are bundled together at a reduced cost. So if you are let's just say you're a production, semi-custom, or maybe a specialty remodeler, the option bundle is tied to a specific area or product within the home. So as an example, that would be a kitchen, a bathroom, maybe the exterior, something like that. But if you are a custom builder or a design build remodeler, an option bundle is going to run throughout the entire home or project, and that's going to be as a finish level. So I want to pause here for a second, because you and I are talking ahead of this, Diana. You just bought a new car. What did you get again? You have a BMW. What's it? What's the model?
Yes, it's an electric car, and I got the of course a bundle option.
Yeah. So tell us about your option bundle.
Well, actually, I wanted a charger for my phone and a moonroof that I liked, and that was included in a bundle. So I basically got everything else that I didn't need, but it's nice to have. It's nice to have some extra, some extra, let's say, leather on my on my chairs and everything else that I don't really need, but it's very comfortable and nice to have them. And now I really appreciate them when I'm driving. I'm really thinking, oh, that's the bundle, and it's worth it. So
It's worth it. I think you said BMW called it the business executive package.
yes, because that basically included everything. So included my extra options that I wanted. I also wanted the moonroof that looked good, and that's where I found everything. So yeah,
Yep. So I think cars are our best analogy,
yes,
because everyone has probably bought a car. So when you look at a car, you number one look at the make, then you look at the model, and then you look at the trim level. So the trim level is going to determine the amount of luxury or optional features within a car. So there's the E series or the S series, or whatever it is. So a friend of mine just bought a Tesla, and he said, when I went to buy a Tesla, he goes, there's 4 models, so I got a 3, and then you get 3 or 4 different color choices, you get like a couple different wheel choices, and then you get two different trim level choices. So there's the standard and there's the performance. Well, if you buy the performance, it's this much more money. But in his case, he only had to wait 2 months to get it versus 9 months. So if you want the base model Tesla, it's 9-month wait, performance 2-month, but you pay more because there's more features in it. So yeah, you get the performance, but it's not just giving you a faster car. It's all sorts of extra goodies that go with that car. So he's like, oh, okay, well, this is cool. I didn't necessarily need them, but they're nice to have. So option bundles, the general population is aware of them because most people have purchased a car or own a car at one point in their life, and so they understand what the trim level is in a car. So it's much like the trim level in your home or in your remodeling project. Again, just to reiterate, the only difference is for production semi-custom specialty remodelers, it's usually tied within a kitchen, a bathroom, or an exterior. So I'll give you an example. I have a client that builds townhomes. So it's a production level builder. And what we did is we created about 3 different option bundles. One of them is in the kitchen. So we have our premium kitchen package. And it's a bundle of probably about 6 or 8 different things. It includes nicer appliances. It includes like nicer countertops, better plumbing fixtures, better light fixtures, a nicer cabinetry. So that's what 5 things right there, all included in this bundle. So instead of itemizing each of those for the home, we just say you can get all these things together, and it's going to cost you this much. So normally you would give some sort of a discount if they buy all of them together, but the net difference is that you're going to be ahead because people are buying things that they necessarily wouldn't have purchased in the first place. So it takes a little bit of doing to put it together. It's probably easiest to do it with if you're doing it as a specialty remodeler or a production builder. It's a little bit more difficult to do it as a custom builder and remodeler. That's why I said, there it's a finish level. So this is probably more akin to what you're purchasing on a car, because a trim level on a car is going to go through the entire car, not just one area of the car, like say just the engine or just the interior. Normally the two are going to be tied together. Again, as an example here for a custom builder, design, build, remodeler, there's a Hanley Wood out there, is out there, and they do something called a cost versus value survey. And so what they do is they look at common remodeling projects. If you were to do those to your home in different regions around the country, what that would add to the value of your home 1 year after the project is completed. Well, they break down these remodeling projects by finish level. So they'll have a difference between doing like a mid-range kitchen remodel versus a luxury kitchen remodel versus more of an entry-level kitchen remodel, and the average costs that are associated with each, and then what you can expect to get from a return on investment 1 year after the project is completed. This is, of course, assuming you're going to sell your home. So it is out there in the world, and consumers do respond to it. So let's just take a look at what are really the benefits of the option bundles. Well, number one, the whole reason we're having this conversation is it does give you higher margins. So even though you're going to give a discount because you're bundling things together, you're selling items you wouldn't have sold before. So you're making money on those things. So even though you're giving them a little bit better deal, you're still going to make more money because, again, you're not just getting a moonroof and a car charger, right? You're getting the business executive package and everything that goes with that. The other thing is there's a perceived value with the consumers, a very high perceived value. Everyone wants to get a deal. So even when they're looking at purchasing things they weren't necessarily interested in, to buy them together as a package, they do get it at a better price. And I think you mentioned, Diana, it was to buy the business executive package, it was a better deal than just ordering those 2 items independently. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. And actually, it is good now to enjoy all those benefits.
Of
So
course.